Championship medal. She receives it from the RFU president, Deborah Griffin. She's followed by Amy Cocaine. Shakes hands, of course, with the Rugby World Cup 2025 chair, Jill Whitehead in the blue. And then at the end of the line is the World Rugby chair, Brett Robinson. There's Maud Muir. Next, Sarah Byrne. A word on the front row today, Brian, for England.
Well, both versions of front row, both the starting three and the substitute three were very powerful. They laid a foundation at the right times when England were rocking. Those sort of performances go unheralded, apart from people like me who understand them, but they were the basis of this win.
Talling there, just walking across the screen. Now Holly Aitchison had an injury at the start of this tournament, has worked her way back into it. Roland now considered the Swiss Army knife of this England squad. Holly Aitchison, she goes away. Then Harrison, now Fayanati, Kildun, such a star of this squad and such a favourite with the crowd as well. Lucy Packer, huge things still expected of the youngster. Our player of the match, Sadia Kabea, and now Natasha Hunt. Missed out on the last World Cup, but now a double world champion after lifting it with her good friend who now gets a medal, Emily Scarrett and Marley Packer. Scarrett, a double World Cup winner at a 5th Rugby World Cup. Is this the last time we'll see her on the international stage? That's a question for another day. Marley Packer as well, who captained this squad until January, when John Mitchell turned round and said, I'm going to switch the captaincy to Zoe Aldcroft. She has played that part with nothing but respect.
I'd like to mention the first female RFU president in 146 years, Debbie Griffin, the one who is hugging one of the England players. She was one of the original 4 founders of 91. 4 women just decided they'd put a World Cup on, and now here we are, and that's their legacy.
Meg Jones, England co-captain, the most incredible of years. She said if she'd lost today, it doesn't matter because nothing would compare to having lost her parents. But now she's here as a world champion, a heartbeat of this squad, and Zoe Aldcroft is given the trophy. She will now go and join her team. Just listen to this roar. England lift the World Cup. The Red Roses summit on home soil. The party will be long, and it will be so deserved. They are the country that has led the women's campaign, and now they have a very shiny trophy to show for it.
Few people get the opportunity to invest in the world. Even fewer actually achieve that. It is something they will never forget, something they deserve, and something to remember for all time.
Well, they're going to be celebrating for quite a while, and do you think that those golden ticker tapes are going to go long into the night? Right then, let's head back down. Gabby.
Thank you so much, Sarah and Brian. What a way for you guys to end a brilliant 6 weeks, and what a way for Zoe Aldcroft and her women to finish off what has been really 3 years of toil to get to this point. The heartbreak of losing the last World Cup final has been assuaged. The effort, the investment, the work the RFU have put into this team has been vindicated. And if you put that money there, you can have scenes like this, because you have players with the enormous talent, Maggie, who've been on that pitch today and for England over the last 2 years, who've worn that badge and that shirt with pride and given everything.
Yeah, listen, as mentioned before, England, the RFU, have shown this is what you need to do. If you want to achieve success, if you want to go far, you have to invest in your women's team. You have to invest in a domestic structure.
But I did say, when the party starts, it's going to be some party. And I think we're witnessing that right now, Ruby Tui. This is where you kind of know exactly what's going on. What's happening on your screens is you've had to emotionally just focus in for going on 6 months. And all you want to do is let that emotion out. And now the whistle is gone, the trophy has been lifted, and it is forever etched into the side of that trophy that they are champions. So it's all the emotions coming out, Gabby. I told you that kick would be on. I told you I could steal 2 balls in a World Cup final. Everything you're seeing is just absolute joy with no lid on it. They no longer have to contain and control. It's uncontrollable scenes, Gabby. Ruby Tui managed to get a stadium to sing a Maori folk song when she won the World Cup. Simon, which of these women is likely to try and lead 80,000 people in song here? You know these women.
Mo will definitely have a go. Mo loves getting at the front of the bus and leading all the singing on the bus, so she'll be up there. But I wouldn't put it past any of them. Bots is actually a great singer.
Wow.
She'll be in there knocking some tunes out, having everybody crying, because she's a great singer. They'll all find a voice tonight.
And we've seen, Emily Starrett, Marnie Packer, the old guard, who, while they have not on the pitch been necessarily the most instrumental in England getting over the line, the culture that they have helped England to build and retain the links to the past has been vital.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. I mean, listen, they were not starting in this game, but Emily Scarrett and Marnie Pack in particular have been part of the background work. They've been supporting the players. They've been helping players like Hannah Bottoman stay focused, be ready for this big moment. And you're right, it's about the link to the past, what we did in 1994, what we did in 2014, and bringing it forward to now. That's been really key, and those players have kept that going.
And I think too, you look at Canada, they were funded and then they had a bit of crowdfunding on the top. But what this resourcing does is give you that depth. It allows you to pick an entire World Cup squad. Any one of them could have taken the field today. We saw it in the bench depth. Canada's still getting there, and I think it would be scary to think if they were there. But the people on your screens right now, they had the players to do it. And I think if half of them got injured, they still had the players to do it, and that's the difference. One of the great things about all these stadiums in this World Cup, it's not 80,000 women here. There are families, there are men, because guess what? They enjoy women's sport too. And if you look back, the last time England hosted a World Cup was 2015. The men didn't make it out of the group. They never got to experience this. These are England fans of rugby, not just of this women's team. And that, Simon, is really important.
Absolutely. I've been so fortunate to be involved in this tournament from this point of view, but I've sat in the crowd a few times. And when I've sat in the crowd, there's been loads of gangs of just men who have come just to watch, because they just want to see rugby, they just want to see great rugby, and they want to see England play, and they want to see England win. And they've done that today. And I think the other thing I would say is, I hope the RFU get the recognition they deserve for what they've done for the women's game and for England. They have been absolutely massive, and they get quite a few stones thrown at them about a few things. So I hope they get the just desserts on this.
Well, one of the old guard made the transition to the coaching setup, and I guess Sarah Hunter will know exactly what it is like to bring that winning mentality into this squad, and she's alongside Katie Daly-McLean now, 2 old mates there.
I think Gabby just used the word old, but we don't look old. Sarah Hunter, I am so proud of you. Talk to me right now. What does this mean?
Everything is a moment in time for the women's game, and for our girls to experience it as world champions in front of an amazing crowd like no one's left. This is just incredible for them, and to be crowned world champions at home is incredible.
And for you, obviously, defence coach today, we got to say that the defence were absolutely phenomenal. How hard has this week been for you personally?
I'm just immensely proud of them. We've spoken all tournament about it's going to come down at times to defence, and everyone spoke about Canada's threat, Canada's speed of ball, where they come through the ruck, where they come through the edges, and we just stuck to process. We just stuck to what we wanted to do, and they did it, and I couldn't have asked for any more of them. We denied them access at all points that they've had all tournament, and we'll be forever proud of what they've done today on that.
Sarah Hunter, massive congratulations, the first female coach and player to win a World Cup.
Oh, this will go on for some time. The players just lapping up these moments because they don't come around every World Cup, as England have found out. And as this game grows in the world and the world gets stronger, it will become more and more difficult to lift that trophy.
What I love about this, Gabby, is England, this isn't the first time England have gone around and supported the crowd. They've done this every single game. And I know for a fact it inspired other teams to do it, because New Zealand weren't doing it and all of a sudden they're doing it. So England are just being them as well. That's the most amazing thing as well. This is such a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Okay, let's see. Sonia has managed to get hold of, I think, two of probably the big kind of troublemakers when it comes to partying, Meg and Ellie.